start this video by saying warning. I think this video is going to piss off a lot of people, and not just those of us that are suffering from fluoroquinolone toxicity syndrome, because it exposes how broken the medical system is for everybody, not just those of us who've been floxed. Where I live, we have some of the best hospitals and teaching hospitals in the country, maybe even the world. After being floxed, I became a frequent flyer in the emergency rooms in all the hospitals, admitted 3 times to different hospitals, even the ones that are considered great. And at the end of the day, they were all not great. Crap. I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm not mentioning any hospitals, any doctors' names. It's totally irrelevant. This is about the system and what it has done to us. In this video, I'm going to say all of the things that were said to me after I got sick from different doctors, rheumatologists, neurologists, PCP, emergency room, and I think it's going to enlighten a lot of you. You may have had similar experience as me, but my experience was not good, as you'll see. So again, warning, you may get angry as this video goes on. Fluoroquinolones only cause Achilles heel tendonitis. You can't get sick if you took a fluoroquinolone pill by mouth. You can only get sick if you got it through the IV. Question to doctor: what do you think happened to me? Response: I think it has something to do with Cipro because you went to the hospital while you were taking it. But all these months later, there's no way it's Cipro. It's long gone out of your body. And let me educate you on the half-life of a drug. Neurologist number 1. Hey, I had a guy just like you 2 months ago. And so I started researching, and have you heard of this thing called Cipro neuropathy? My response: yes. His response: well, then you know there's nothing I can do for you, and hopefully it'll just get better over in time. Rheumatologist: it's so frustrating that you're here in my office. The only reason why you're here is because neurologists don't know what to do with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. Me: don't you want to run any tests to make sure there's nothing rheumatologically wrong with me? Rheumatologist: no. I already checked your hands. They're not swollen. You're fine. Go home. I can't help you. We don't know how to treat these constellation of symptoms that you're experiencing because they don't fit nicely in a box. We don't know what to do for you. The only thing we can do is treat your symptoms. How about some Lyrica, Cymbalta, nortriptyline, amitriptyline, gabapentin, Flexerol, one after one after one. In my after-visit summary notes, my doctor would always write, patient continues to claim she's floxed, with this on it. After I got sick, I printed out the FDA guidelines and brought them to my doctor to talk to them about it and how Cipro should be used as last resort. I told the doctor I wanted to ensure that other people didn't get sick like me. Doctor's response was, I've always prescribed Cipro for UTIs. It's a very effective drug, and I'm going to continue to prescribe Cipro. I've never seen anyone get sick like you from taking Cipro. And that they would continue to prescribe that medication going forward. On my 3rd admission, I begged all the hospitals I got admitted to for a feeding tube for something because I was losing weight rapidly. I went down to 60 pounds. And the 3rd hospital, the last one I was admitted to, said this: your labs don't look that bad. But clearly, look at me is what I said. I don't look good. I'm very sick. You do realize if you send me home, I'm going to die, right? Because no food equals death, right? The doctor replies, "Yes, I'm very sorry." Then I was told to come back in 3 weeks and I would be able to get a feeding tube. I said, "Why 3 weeks? What's going to happen in 3 weeks?" "By your blood labs, this is when we estimate your organs will start failing, and that's when we'll be forced to give you a feeding tube. But for now, we are not able to do that, and we have to send you home." Are you flippin' kidding me? Are you flippin' kidding me? Go home and put myself in organ failure to get a feeding tube. What is wrong with this medical system? Doesn't that Hippocratic oath say something like, "Do no harm"? Sneak attack while being admitted. I have 4 or 5 people come into the hospital room to talk to me. I'm like, who is this group of people? Another set of allergists or what? No. They were psychiatrists wanting to talk about my eating disorder. Now this one makes my head want to pop off because I love food. I love to eat. I couldn't. And I was begging for help, begging for a feeding tube, and being called anorexic. And for everybody that knew me before this, they laugh their asses off when I tell them that the doctors thought I was anorexic, because it's total BS. And nobody wants to be restricted to 6 foods. If I could eat a pizza today, I would. The medical system is severely broken, and the way we are treated is just horrible. After being poisoned from that same system, we're left to fend for ourselves. We're on our own. I don't ever want to go to the doctors. I don't ever want to go to the hospital again because the way that I was treated. What I said to the doctors in the hospitals was, "Shame on you." I said it to their faces, and I'll say it again. Shame on you for letting us suffer, for not taking us seriously, and for trying to give us drugs that make us worse or have no effect on anything that we're going through. All it takes is a 5-minute Google search to see what FLOX means, or FLOXY, or fluoroquinolone toxicity syndrome. There is no excuse for any doctor now to not know what that is or to understand it. None. We've been ignored for too long, but the one thing we have that we didn't have even a decade ago is social media. And everything on social media spreads like fire. That's exactly what we need, to light a fire under you know what. I pray that all you doctors that have treated us poorly don't ever get sick like us, because then you'll see.